Doesn't steal. We have an odd thief. He doesn't seem to steal anything. Can we find out what he wants? Can you find out what he wants? Start investigating. Thief doesn't steal. Oh, it's a team one. Getting all of us together for a job. It's pretty extravagant. Who's the client? Who's the client? The aquarium in Ikebukuro. So the client is a fish? Of course not. It's the aquarium manager. It's a theft case. Seems some thieves have been breaking in. Too bad. It just sounds like an ordinary case. But theft? Surely that's more of a police matter. Police have passed on the case to us. So it's not just an ordinary case. So you're all here. Thanks for agreeing to this. Let me introduce the client. This is Mr. Mizushita, the manager of the Ikebukuro Aquarium. Keep in mind that everything we discussed must be kept absolutely confidential. And I'll explain the situation. Fish have been going missing from our tanks every night for some time now. Because of the cunning methods employed by the thieves, it took us more than a month to notice that anything was wrong. Hang on a sec. Can I ask something first? Yes, what? What fish have been stolen? For starters, sea bream, flounders, and seahorses. Wow, maybe the thieves want to start their own aquarium. This is no laughing matter. You should take it more seriously. Hey. You laugh and he gets mad at me. Sounds about right. What else was stolen? Some sharks. I thought sharks were huge. How could they steal them? Sharks in our aquarium are a small species. They're only about 30 centimeters long. Never knew there were small sharks. You don't sound very scary. Clownfish, conure eels, jellyfish, sardines, spider crabs, and even penguins and sea otters have also been stolen. That many? Let me see. What else? What about cod? Were any cod stolen? No, we don't have cod in the aquarium. Oh, I see. Oh, poor Erica. Erica, the issue isn't what was stolen. How could you not notice all those missing animals for a whole month? Well... Thieves, they employ very cunning methods. Yeah, right. Are you sure it's not because you old geezers aren't up to the job? I don't know what to say to that. Hey, show some respect for your elders. Hackers rely on information to do their jobs, so you should listen to everything the client has to say. Isn't that right, Ryuji? That's right. Sorry for the interruption. Please continue. You don't know why, but the thieves always return the animals to where they belong after a few hours. Huh? What the... The exhibits are stolen during the night and returned before we open the next day. More specifically, they're usually returned after about an hour. That's why we didn't notice it for over a month. I can see why. How? Pardon me? She means how did you eventually notice what was going on? Oh, I see. Unless something happens, the CCTV camera footage is wiped every month without being watched. A member of our staff noticed what was happening while erasing the footage. Showed some masked men carrying away the tanks at lightning speed. Then they returned in about an hour and put them back in exactly the same place, right down to the millimeter. It sure is strange. Why would they do such a thing? That's what makes this case so bizarre. They risk being caught just to return what they took. Isn't it the police's job to investigate this? Ordinarily, yes, but my superiors have been at loggerheads about how to handle it. I'll spare you the details, but this case isn't technically classified as theft. Legally, theft is the intention to permanently deprive the owner of property. If that can't be proven, it can't be considered theft. perpetrator's behavior of always returning the exhibits means that the owner isn't permanently deprived of his property. Of course, if we knew who they are, we could nail them for trespassing on private property. Trespassing cases aren't a high priority. My superiors have decided that we can't spare the resources to investigate this case right now. Come off it. That just sounds like an excuse for being lazy. It's a bit of an exaggeration. Detective Matayoshi can't be everywhere at once. It's okay, Ryuji. I've got a thick skin. That's why I've resorted to bringing Mr. Mizushita here to meet with you in secret. The aquarium is actually scheduled to undergo a major renovation soon. If word of this gets out, we might end up losing our grant and might even have to shut down permanently. I suppose it would be risky to give a grant to an aquarium where thieves can come and go at will. CCTV footage is evidence of trespassing. If you can find out who they are, I'll arrest them. Please tell us everything else you know, then we'll decide whether or not to take the case. The thieves always make their move during gaps in the security guard's patrol schedule. Of course, we change the routes and handover times every day. Even so, they always know the times when there are the fewest guards. How about security? Do you have motion sensors or infrared beams? The thieves disable our security system so the alarm never goes off. Is it some crappy old security system? Far from it, it's brand new. One of the thieves must be a highly skilled hacker. I heard there are lots of top-notch hackers in Eden. You don't suspect us, do you? Of course not. Matayoshi told me all about all of you. He said you wouldn't be capable of something like this. How nice of him to say that. I didn't mean that. It just meant you wouldn't be capable of committing a crime like that. Of course we wouldn't be asking for your help. Otherwise we wouldn't be asking for your help. Isn't that right, Mr. Mizushita? Right, sorry, I phrased that badly. I'd really like Huddy to uncover the truth and catch the culprits. So, what's it gonna be? I think we should take the case. Then let's take it. I'm a little curious to find out exactly what's going on. I knew you'd take it. Thanks. Thank you. Let me just check two things. Every single stolen exhibit was returned, right? Yes, I checked with our keeper. Nothing is missing. And finally, was anything added? Added? Please check for any unfamiliar decorations, stones, or anything else. I will. What should I do if I find something? Contact us straight away. Make sure you don't touch it. Understood. Thanks again. Then I'll leave it to you. Okay, let's go over the case. Every night, a group of masked men evade the security guards and steal one of the aquarium's exhibits. Then they come back and return it soon after. I see. What do you mean? Do you know who they are? No idea. How about you, new boy? Maybe the criminals love fish? It's not enough to just look at them. They want to swim with them? Then why go to the trouble of returning them? He's got a point. Maybe they realize they're too difficult to keep? You have to control the water temperature, water quality, and stuff like that. It's difficult even for a professional. So the next day they steal different fish. Within an hour realize they're also difficult to keep. They return them and repeat that 30 times? It had to be really stupid. Or there's something we're missing. In any case, we need more clues. I agree. Hang on a sec. I've connected to the aquarium server. I'll take a look at the security system logs. Found something? It looks like the thieves accessed it via cyberspace. They've deleted the logs, but that's not enough to stop me. They've been careful, but not careful enough. There are still traces of the deleted logs. This should do it. Damn, they've covered their tracks. Josie, forward the data to me. I think I know how to uncover their route. Okay, you take things from here. Once we know where they accessed the server from, Spencer and I will hack them. That sound good to you? Sounded good to me, boss. I've got the address. Aquarium backdoor URL. Great, let's go. Be careful. Did you say that to Ryuji? Sure she did. Who knows? She could have said it to you, buddy. Thank you for being there to show my thanks. I just sent you a present. Again? You did not have to do that, Talmon. Dalmon. God damn it, it's Dalmon. I'm an idiot. I want to see this, though. Oh, 2 friendships. I'll take them. Yes, leave the Digifarm. Just wanted to do that, and then let's go to Eden. What am I doing? Go to Eden. Go to aquarium back door now. Ooh. What the hell? Root access. Oh hell no. Do this again. I see that there's a chest on the left side. Let's grab that real quick. Fish! There we go. It needs 3 experience points to level up again. I see. ROM expansion plugin. Ooh, hello. Hello. Root access. Root access. Root access. There we go. And now I'm over here. And that's the end of this one. Look, there's someone there. Such a girl. Welcome to my aquarium. I'm Minamo Takatsushi. Surprised you found this place. Are you the police? We're like detectives. Doesn't matter who you are. You've got nothing on me. Can we ask you some questions? What is this place? What are you doing here? As you've come all this way, I'll give you a special tour of my aquarium. She didn't answer either of my questions. Have you noticed? This place looks exactly like the Ikebukuro Aquarium. How observant. It's a perfect digital copy of the aquarium's buildings, facilities, and animals. It's almost complete. I see. So you did it to create this place? But did you really need to resort to theft? You can find lots of similar data for fish and buildings on the net. You don't get it. Similar isn't good enough. It has to be a perfect reproduction. The building and decor can be recreated from photos. How the animals look and move can't be scanned from ordinary photos or videos. They have some very rare fish. There's no information anywhere about the types of tanks and equipment they use. It's not as if I could just go up to them and ask to borrow their precious fish and equipment, right? I see. So you steal them, copy them, and then return them? Steal? Please don't use that word. I just borrowed them and scanned them with a 3D scanner. No one could accuse me of stealing. So it seems that you are suspected of trespassing on private property. I hate that. In the virtual world, people are free to go anywhere they like. The real world is so full of restrictions. Although you're not quite right. I didn't actually trespass. What do you mean? Breaking into the aquarium, finding the exhibit, removing it, and then returning it safe and sound, all within a short space of time. I hired a team of international super thieves who didn't leave any evidence, and I haven't committed any crime. Did you hire someone to do the hacking as well? I asked a Digimon and a hacker to help with that. Of course, I didn't do anything myself, and any evidence is long gone by now. The most difficult part was scanning everything perfectly in the short time between acquiring the exhibits and returning them. I bought an entire studio for that. So it's just a very expensive hobby? It takes more than money. I had to be smart. Too. That's why I'll never pin anything on me. I haven't caused anyone any trouble, even you. And look, this place is almost finished. My own private aquarium. Well, I have to hand it to you. This place certainly looks beautiful. Thank you. That makes me so glad to hear. But it doesn't sit right with me. It's also the ugliest thing I've ever seen, in a sense. Ugly? What do you mean? Yeah, you spent a lot of money, but you didn't get your hands dirty. You got other people to do it for you. So much for the perfect crime. What? The law can't bring you to justice, but unluckily for you, we aren't the law. We're hackers. We'll make sure you're punished. This aquarium will never be completed. That's too bad. Looks like I'm going to have to dispatch my first visitors. I knew she seemed too willing to talk. She never intended to let us leave here. Now, we're fighting the owner of this digital aquarium. We got 2 data water types, so I may or may not be fucked with this one. Well, then again. Ouch. There we go. That's the end of that. I've always wanted to live in an aquarium. What? Especially that aquarium. It's in a tall building, like a seabed for the sky. So you have some attachment to that aquarium? Yes, so many memories. I went all the time as a child, at least once a week. It's also where I went on my first date. They're going to have a major renovation soon. Did you hear about that? Yes, we did. I was shocked when the final design was announced. It looked more like a nightclub or casino. We're going to have pop groups singing with tropical fish. Don't you think that's tacky? It is tacky. That makes me feel a little better. At least someone agrees with me. I thought about starting a petition to keep the aquarium as it is. They probably wouldn't take any notice. Things never go my way in the real world. So I decided to preserve it by myself. Just as it had always been, and just how I remember it. I understand how you feel. I kept trying to think of ways to make the aquarium mine. When all's said and done, you didn't intend to cause anyone any trouble. Just wanted to recreate the aquarium for yourself, correct? That's right. But we can't just look the other way. Memories aren't about preserving data. It's something about you keep inside. There's something you keep inside you for the rest of your life. Maybe you're right. If you're going to report me, just do it. Looks like you got this case all wrapped up. The aquarium will send payment. Huh? What's the matter, Ryuji? Why the long face? There's something bothering me about this case. I hope it turns out to be nothing. By the way, I met the perpetrator. Can't go into detail, but She's the only daughter of a very wealthy man. Recently passed away and left her his entire fortune. Her father's dead? And recently? She hired people to steal the exhibits and hack the security. Surely there's no evidence? Exactly. That's why the aquarium has dropped the complaint. It receives extremely rare creatures from other aquariums and research institutes around the world for special exhibitions and the like. Any rumors of security problems would soon put an end to that. Now we know who was behind it all. After being arrested, she promised she'd never do it again. The aquarium is happy to leave it at that. Hold on. So, she'll be released tomorrow. Sir! Calm down, Ryuji. I know how you feel, but we have no other choice. No one was hurt and no actual damage was caused. I'm sure you agree she's learned her lesson. No, I don't. How can you release her so soon? She's not being charged. We can't just hold her. If not tomorrow, she'll be out in a few days. Call the aquarium manager right now. What? Why? I'm going to the aquarium. Wait here. What the fuck? Why? Ah, Ryuji Matayoshi, did you find what you were looking for? Ryuji was right. We found a nasty little surprise. I couldn't believe it. What did you find? I don't feel comfortable saying it in front of Erica. It's fine, she's a hacker, just like us. Plastic explosives set to be detonated remotely at any time. They were attached to the undersides of all the tanks that were returned. They're small, but detonating them all at once would level the place. Explosives? But why? Good question. How did you know they'd be there? I suspected it right from the start. She created an exact copy of the aquarium in her own private cyberspace. It was as if she'd confined time and space itself, as well as herself. I had to ask myself what someone of that mindset would do once they'd accomplished everything they'd set out to do. Tell us, what did she intend to do? I feared that she'd try to keep the aquarium all to herself. By destroying the one in the real world? Even though she knew it's about to be renovated? Don't look so worried. Unless she actually presses the detonator, everything I just said is nothing more than a theory. I don't have any evidence that she planted the explosives. Once again, we can't pin anything on her. By now, she's probably moved the virtual aquarium to a small server and disappeared off to somewhere far away from here. I'm annoyed we can't hold her to account, but at least nothing will happen to the aquarium if she presses the detonator now. The only positive is that no one's been hurt in all this. It's been an unusual case. Nothing will happen to the aquarium if she presses the detonator. However, there might be a catastrophic result somewhere else instead. Somewhere else? What do you mean? Memories aren't about preserving data. It's something you keep inside of you for the rest of your life. What did he mean by that? Nonsense. This is where I'm going to stay for the rest of my life. Maybe missing a few finishing touches, but it's all mine. When I press the detonator, my aquarium will be the only one like it in the world. Deletion program activated. All data in this cyberspace will be erased. Please log off immediately. I repeat. Deletion program activated. All data in this cyberspace will be erased. Huh? What's going on? All data in this cyberspace will be erased. Erased? How? Why? No! My aquarium! You want to know what happened to that girl? Okay, I'll let you in on something. When we went to see her, I installed a program to delete all data in that cyberspace. I linked the execution key to the detonation signal for the explosives she planted in the real aquarium. That's all I did. Memories aren't about preserving data. Keep them inside you. Maybe I'm naive, but because of this high-tech age we live in, that's what I truly believe. Do you think I got through to her? I wonder if she could resist pressing the detonator.